What's up, everyone? It's been a while. Today we'll be looking at the top 5 Jamb questions. Latest questions on Charles law, practically solved. Although, if you notice, the 2024 mock exam has already been taking place. During the 2024 mock exam, I did not see any question on Charles law. Neither do we confirm any from anybody. But if you have, you can still let me know. 2023, there was no question concerning Charles law. 2022, we have one question concerning Charles law. So 2021, there was no question concerning Charles law. 2020, we have one question which was talking about the graph of Charles law. Also 2019, there is no question on Charles law. 2018, we have one question on Charles law. On probably 2017, there's a question on Charles law. All the year will be written down on the questions, so you can verify. Maybe anyone you have to ask or anywhere you want to check, you can go through it. Like I said earlier, 2022, we have one question concerning Charles law. So as it is, so it's the number one, so it's because it is the latest question, it's at the top, so it's number one. So if the volume of a given mass of a gas at 0 degrees Celsius is 29.5 centimeter cube, what will be the volume of the gas at 15 degrees Celsius, given that the pressure remains constant? Or anytime you hear them saying about pressure remains constant, you have to know that they are dealing with Charles law. Although I won't be mentioning the options, but you'll be seeing the answer below or beneath it, and also you'll be seeing the solve part of it, or the solution to the equations. This is the first question, and it's gotten from the year 2022, and this is the solution towards it. The question says if the volume of a given mass of a gas at 0 degrees Celsius is 29.5 centimeter cube, that is, our T1 is given at 0 degrees Celsius and our V1 is given at 29.5 centimeter cube. But although Charles law says that the temperature must be in Kelvin, so we have to convert 0 degrees Celsius to Kelvin. To convert Celsius to Kelvin, you just have to add the value 273 to, like, 0 degrees Celsius plus 273. That's 273 Kelvin. So our T1 will be 273 Kelvin. So what will be the volume? That is, we are looking for V2. And also our second temperature there is given as 15 degrees Celsius. So 15 degrees Celsius, if we will be added to 273 to give us 288 Kelvin. So that was it. So we'll be taking down the solution. Although, remember the Charles law, the mathematical expression V1 over T1 equals to V2 over T2. Since we are looking for V2, we have to make V2 the subject of the formula by cross multiplying. So once you have cross multiplied, you get V2 is equal to V1 times T2 over T1. And also you have to substitute the value. Remember here our V1 is 29.5 centimeter cube. So we'll substitute. Anywhere you see V1, you just put 29.5 centimeter cube. And also our T2 here is 288 Kelvin. Anywhere you see T2, you put 288 Kelvin. Our T1 is 0 degrees Celsius or 273 Kelvin. Remember, your answer in temperature must be in Kelvin. According to Charles law, it must be in Kelvin. So 273. Let's keep the units in unity. So this is Kelvin, and you know Kelvin will cancel Kelvin. It will be left with only centimeter cube. That is the answer. Starts 1.1 centimeter cube. That was that was the answer. That's 1.1, which is the question 1 answer in 2022. So the answer is D, which is that's 1.1. That's how simple it is. As you can see, question 2 does not involve calculations, but it is still a question on Charles' law. Which of the gas laws does this graph illustrate? I won't mention the options, but looking at the graph, it shows that the answer is Charles' law, which is B, because the pressure remains constant. If you can look at the first graph, when V is equals to 0, that means the temperature is at minus 273 degrees Celsius, which is the absolute Kelvin. So we don't need to calculate this, just have to know the illustration of Charles' law, so you can be able to answer the question if any need arise. Question 3 also does not involve calculations. In the previous number, like question 2, I mentioned something concerning this question that appeared now. According to Charles' law, the volume of a gas becomes 0 at, the correct answer is C, which is minus 273 degrees Celsius. Now when the volume becomes 0, the temperature is now at minus 273 degrees Celsius, which is known as absolute zero in the Kelvin scale. So if you understand the graph very well, you can also understand this question. So you don't need calculation towards this. And also, this question appeared in 2018 Jamb questions, and also appeared also in 2017. So you should take note of it. I have not gone into the previous years, but I just wanted to touch the latest. So I'm looking at the latest questions concerning Charles' law. We are down to the fourth question. The question also, should I say, is a two-sided question. You can either calculate it or use a simple logic. According to Charles, it says the temperature is directly proportional to the volume. That means the relationship they have is directly proportional, not inversely. Since they are directly proportional, it shows that if you double the volume, the temperature is also doubled. So the question says if a given mass of gas occupies 2 dm cube at 300 Kelvin, at what temperature will its volume be doubled, keeping the pressure constant? And another thing you need to note, anytime pressure is constant, just know you're dealing with Charles' law. Since the first volume there is 2 dm cube, and you double it, so 2 times 2 is good, will give you 4. And you know, since you double the pressure and the volume, since you double the volume with 2, you also double the temperature with 2, it shows that they are directly proportional. If the temperature is increasing, the volume is also what? Increasing. So if the temperature is doubled, the volume is also doubled. So it shows that we will multiply the temperature with 2. So since we have 300 Kelvin, 300 times 2 will give you 600 Kelvin. So the answer is 600 Kelvin. But I will also calculate it, show you the solve part of it. But you should know you're dealing with Jamb and you're against time, and time is against you in any ways around. So you should be fast. So in order to be fast, just remember that if you see this type of questions, just remember that when the temperature is increased, the volume too is increased. If the temperature is doubled, the volume too is doubled. So we'll be solving it in next minutes, in the next seconds. Even sorry for saying minutes. This is a solution to the second question, which is gotten from 2017. A given mass of gas occupies 2 dm cube at 300 Kelvin, at what temperature will its volume be doubled, keeping the pressure constant? You can just use logic to answer this question without solving it. If the first volume is 2 Jamb cube and it's now doubled, so 2 times 2 will give you 4. So, and also you remember, according to Charles' law, it says that if the temperature is increasing, the volume is also increasing. So it shows the relationship is directly proportional. So if the volume is doubled, that is, the temperature is doubled too. So if the volume is increased by 2, so the temperature is increased by 2. So if V1 is doubled by 2, so it will be 4. And also if that temperature, that is T1, is doubled, so it will be 300 times 2, which is 600 Kelvin. But if you want to calculate it, you can just input your parameters. And also we'll be making T2 the subject of the formula, since we are looking for the temperature. And also remember, the pressure is constant, so we are dealing with Charles' law. Like I told you, make T2 the subject of the formula. So for you to make T2 the subject of the formula, you have to cross multiply. So when you cross multiply, then you make this T2 the subject. Then after making T2 the subject, you substitute the values. Now V2, which is known as the volume, which is doubled, is 4. And T1, which you know is 300 Kelvin. And also the V1, which you know is 2, which is the first volume we got before doubling. So 4 times 300 divided by 2. So T2 will be 600 Kelvin. That is the answer. So let's go back to the question. So according to the question, the T2 is 600 Kelvin, which is, the correct answer is D, which is 600 Kelvin. This is the last of the top 5 questions we are looking at chemistry, and also precisely on Charles' law. A fixed mass of a gas with a volume of 92 centimeter cube at 3 degrees Celsius. When will be its volume at 18 degrees Celsius if the pressure remains constant? Since the pressure is very constant, we are talking about Charles' law. Also take note this: anytime you see a question whereby the pressure remains constant, you are dealing with Charles' law, because Charles' law only gave that expression that when V is relatively proportional to T, P is a constant. Okay, we'll be solving it, but although you're seeing the correct answer, I don't want to mention the option because I just want you guys to follow the solutions, not the options, so that you don't get yourself occupied by thinking that you will see same question again. You might see the same settings of question with different pattern of values, so just take note. We are down to the last question, which is gotten from 2015, and it says a fixed mass of gas with volume of 92 centimeter cube, which is our V1, at 3 degrees Celsius, which is our T1, when we be its volume at 18 degrees Celsius, which is our T2. And also note, V2 is not given, so we are asked to find V2. And also note, the pressure remains constant, so we are dealing with Charles' law since volume and temperature is given. So what we have to do here is to make V2 the subject of the formula by cross multiplying. And also when you cross multiply, so after multiplying you substitute. If you can see, our V1 here, which is 92 centimeter cube, will be substituted. Anywhere you see V1, you put 92 centimeter cube. And also our T2 here, which is 291 Kelvin,
Remember, your answer in temperature must be in Kelvin. Just make it to be in unity. So T1 and T2 must be in Kelvin. So converting 18 degrees Celsius to Kelvin, you just add it by the value of 273. So 18 plus 273 to give you 291 Kelvin. The same thing to T1. Yeah, 3 plus 273 to give you 276 Kelvin. So after substituting and we divide by 276, what we have left is 97.0 centimeter cube. So which is the correct answer, which is D. So the correct answer here is D, which is 97 centimeter cube, 97.0 centimeter cube. At the end of the video, there is a question that came out during the mock exam in 2024. So the question will be added there as a bonus, so you can just review them. It's not a calculation question, it's just a simple question that requires logic and reasoning too. Thanks.